It began not with a flash of light or an earth-shaking announcement, but with a whisper. A faint, silent blip against the black tapestry of space. A motion so subtle, so unnervingly precise, that even the most advanced tracking systems nearly overlooked it. At first, astronomers labeled it a comet. Then an asteroid. But the deeper they looked, the less the name fit. This was no ordinary visitor. It was too symmetrical to be natural, too silent to be lifeless, and far too controlled to be drifting. Scientists remembered Oumuamua, that strange tumbling shard of interstellar mystery that had passed through our solar system years earlier, leaving behind more questions than answers. But 3I Atlas, this was something else entirely. Bigger. Slower. Smarter. And now, thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope, our most powerful eye in the cosmos, we have confirmation of something deeply unsettling. 3I Atlas isn't just similar to Oumuamua. It is far more advanced, far more deliberate, and perhaps far more aware. From the beginning, 3I Atlas stood apart. Interstellar objects don't normally skim past Earth. They blaze by at wild angles, unpredictable, and vanish forever into the abyss. But 3I Atlas moved differently. It didn't rush. It coasted. Its trajectory was eerily smooth, almost piloted, its path threading between planets in a way that maximized gravitational efficiency, as though it had mapped our solar system long before it arrived. That alone was troubling. But when astronomers backtracked its origin, they found something worse. Its path wasn't merely improbable. It was statistically impossible without intelligent control. A rogue body could never avoid debris fields, radiation spikes, and planetary collision zones with such grace. It was like watching a chess piece glide across a board where every square was a trap. And yet, it danced perfectly, as if it knew the game better than we did. Once the James Webb Telescope locked onto it, the illusion of normalcy dissolved. First came the thermal readings. Comets and asteroids release heat in chaotic bursts as ice sublimates and surfaces react to solar radiation. 3I Atlas, by contrast, pulsed with rhythmic emissions, measured, deliberate, like a heartbeat or a signal. Spectrography revealed something even stranger. Hyper-reflective compounds never before seen in any interstellar object, and dense internal structuring suggesting hollow compartments. But most haunting of all was a faint recurring anomaly, a low-bandwidth electromagnetic echo repeating every 147 seconds, mimicking the signature of a known pulsar. Yet the object had no spinning core, no magnetic field, no internal power source. It wasn't supposed to be possible. It was imitating something, or communicating. When scientists compared this signal to archived data from Oumuamua, a chill spread through the room. The exact same frequency had been detected once, briefly, in the tail of that earlier visitor, just before it left our system. But now, in 3I Atlas, the signal was louder. Oumuamua had passed quietly in 2017. No clear propulsion, no tail, only an unexplained acceleration. Some had whispered, alien technology, others scoffed. But the object was gone before the debate could be settled. Now, with 3I Atlas in range, the mystery came roaring back. Not because it resembled Oumuamua, but because it surpassed it in every way. Larger, slower, more stable, and undeniably deliberate. Some began to suspect Oumuamua wasn't a probe at all, but a scout, a passive reconnaissance device. 3I Atlas, on the other hand, wasn't passive. It was interactive. Observing us as we observed it. The difference between a radar ping and a drone. And if that's true, what comes next? Officially, NASA has confirmed no alien activity. Its statements remain cautious, draped in scientific jargon. but independent researchers, freed from protocol, are less restrained. In leaked internal messages, a European Space Agency team referred to 3I Atlas as a consciousness engine. Paired with Webb's images, the phrase takes on a horrifying weight. Inside, the object's architecture resembles recursive fractals, patterns found in brain tissue and quantum processors. It isn't built merely to survive space. It appears designed to think through it, and, disturbingly, to evolve as it travels. Imagine a craft that becomes smarter the more it observes, adapting its own materials, shapes, and behavior. Not artificial intelligence as we know it, but something organic and systemic. Perhaps even sentient. If it's learning from us, what is it preparing for? Then, just as scientists began to map its trajectory, the object shifted course. Subtly, but unmistakably. Telescopes in Chile and Hawaii recorded the change, an unexplainable redirection aligning it more closely with Earth's orbital plane. Analysts at the Deep Space Network concluded it was no glitch. 3I Atlas had responded, to us, or to something else. It moved with timing and finesse that implied decision. That word, decision, is what sparked late-night emergency meetings across NASA, ESA, and private think tanks. This wasn't random. It was surgical. If Oumuamua was passive, 3I Atlas was maneuvering. Cryptographers analyzing its pulses uncovered something eerie. Not a message in words, but in ratios. The golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, prime spirals. The very codes that underlie life, galaxies, DNA, even ancient architecture. The signal changed subtly with solar activity, planetary proximity, and radio emissions from Earth. One chilling pattern emerged. The moment James Webb first locked onto 3I Atlas in infrared, its pulse shifted. As though it knew we were watching, and answered with a mathematical fingerprint older than speech itself. What truly alarmed scientists, however, lay beneath its surface. Webb's spectroscopy detected complex carbon molecules, pristine polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, the building blocks of life. Unlike the chaotic mixtures in comets, these were perfectly structured, as if refined or grown. Some now theorize 3I Atlas may be a seed ship, an ancient carrier of life, designed not just to explore but to colonize. If so, Earth may not be a random stop. It could be a target, not of war, but of assimilation. As data poured in, the story darkened. A high-altitude surveillance balloon over Antarctica detected a powerful microwave burst precisely above the South Pole. Seismic stations recorded ultra-low rumbles identical in frequency to the pulses from 3I Atlas. Was it influencing Earth's magnetic field? Triggering something dormant beneath the ice? The idea was unthinkable, and yet the data was clear. Then a young analyst uncovered a pattern hidden in ancient star maps. Overlaid with Babylonian constellations, 3I Atlas's path intersected not just planets but sacred stellar alignments: Orion, Draco, the Pleiades. Plotted over time, these intersections formed a perfect spiral mirrored in ancient cave art worldwide. Was this pseudo-archaeology, or a ritualistic mapping only advanced species could recognize? What if 3I Atlas wasn't merely traveling, but broadcasting memory, culture, or warning? A radical theory emerged: the lock and key hypothesis. Oumuamua was the lock, inert, passive, a test of readiness. 3I Atlas is the key, designed not just to observe but to unlock something buried within Earth, encoded in humanity, or waiting in orbit. Supporting this is a recent discovery: a tiny oscillation in Earth's magnetosphere timed exactly to 3I Atlas's signal. For 6 minutes, 2 Voyager probes emitted strange bursts of data analysts still can't decode. It was as if something inside them had awakened. Another theory, even stranger, has begun circulating: the portal hypothesis. Perhaps 3i Atlas is not a ship at all, but a mobile gateway, generating localized distortions to fold reality around itself, a moving wormhole. Webb has recorded subtle lensing effects and gravitational warps behaving like microsingularities. Light arriving faster than it should. Time itself compressing. If true, 3i Atlas isn't just a craft. It's an anomaly, a gatekeeper. And Earth may not be its first destination, just its next. Worse still, the object isn't only reflecting light. It's emitting radiation in a restricted band between gamma and soft X-ray, a range nearly silent in nature. Several observatories have reported sensor overloads and temporary blindness. One telescope's detector chip melted from a millisecond-long spike. This is no beacon. It's a jamming field, subtle, precise, intentional. Oumuamua was mysterious but never hostile. 3i Atlas looks strategic. Meanwhile, Earth itself is responding. Magnetic anomaly detectors worldwide are syncing to its frequency. Seismographs record heartbeat like pulses. Migratory birds, whales, even insects are altering navigation as though an invisible compass flipped. It's as if something buried deep within our planet remembers this pattern, and 3i Atlas has triggered it. In the Pacific, a private satellite array intercepted a multi-layered signal from 3i Atlas directed at the Moon. Encoded in 5 dimensions, amplitude, frequency, time, polarization, and harmonic tone, it resembled less a message than a command. NASA confirmed its trajectory struck a specific lunar coordinate rich in mysterious mass concentrations. Is 3i Atlas trying to activate something on the Moon? A covert military probe sent to scan the object never returned. Just before its feed went dark, it recorded an energy wall, a lattice-like field of charged particles, like a Faraday cage, reflecting the probe's own image back in fractal mimicry. Then silence. 3i Atlas wasn't just shielded. It was reactive. Not alive in the biological sense, but aware, a machine with memory, a guardian of something we were never meant to touch. And now, we're left with the question no one dares say out loud. What if 3i Atlas didn't wander into our solar system by chance? What if it's been here all along, dormant, waiting for civilizations to cross a threshold of awareness, a cosmic tripwire? Maybe the real horror isn't that 3i Atlas is artificial, or alive, or watching us. The most terrifying possibility is that it isn't watching us at all. That everything it's doing, every signal, every maneuver, is meant for something else. Something behind it. Something still on its way. If that's true, we haven't just discovered an object from beyond the stars. We've triggered a beacon. A lock. A warning. And now the universe is listening.